Welcome to the channel, Coin Lovers. Today we're taking a look at the top 2 rare United States of America 5-cent coins that collectors always search for. These nickels come in different conditions and various mint marks, and even the smallest detail can make a big difference in their value. From early historic designs to surprising modern rarities, these 5-cent coins continue to capture the attention of collectors everywhere. So check your own nickels closely. You might be holding something truly special. Let's get started. First up, the United States of America 5-cent coin from 1990 with the P mint mark in very fine condition. This is a coin that many people overlook because it seems so common, yet it carries history, craftsmanship, and hidden collector interest that makes it far more special than it appears at first glance. The 1990 P Jefferson nickel belongs to the long-running Jefferson series, one of the most familiar coins in circulation. But even among everyday coins, certain years and mint marks stand apart, and the 1990 P is one of those coins that deserves a closer look. In very fine condition, it shows the kind of preservation that collectors appreciate from a coin already over 3 decades old. On the obverse, this coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed in 1938 by Felix Schlag. Even in very fine condition, you can still clearly see Jefferson's facial details, his hair, and the curve of his coat, showing that the coin has been handled with care through its life. This level of detail is exactly what makes VF coins attractive to collectors. The P mint mark on this coin identifies it as being struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This mint is known for high production numbers, but finding coins from the 1990s in strong condition is becoming increasingly rare because most of them stayed in circulation for decades. The 1990 P nickel is no exception. The reverse of the coin features Jefferson's iconic home, Monticello. Even after years of circulation, a very fine example still displays the building's outline, steps, pillars, and dome with a good level of clarity. These details help define the coin's grade and make it a collector-worthy piece. Though the 1990 P nickel may not be ancient, it still carries a sense of nostalgia, especially for collectors who grew up seeing it regularly in their change. Now, as time passes, these nickels are becoming less common in high-quality conditions, increasing their appeal to modern coin enthusiasts. 1990 coin may not feel old, but over 30 years have already passed since it was minted. That alone turns it into a small piece of American history. VF condition means it survived those years with only moderate wear, proving that it has been cared for or handled less frequently than most. Collectors appreciate this specific year because nickels tend to show heavy wear faster than other denominations. Their thicker size and constant circulation reduce the survival rate of attractive examples. That's why a 1990 P in very fine condition is something worth paying attention to. Silver coins often get more attention, but nickel coins carry just as much historical significance. The Jefferson nickel represents an era of stability in U.S. coinage, running from 1938 until 2003 with the original design largely unchanged. The 1990 P nickel fits neatly into this long, iconic timeline. Another interesting detail about this coin is the smoothness of its fields and the clarity of the lettering. In VF condition, you can still read, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," 1990, and Monticello without difficulty. These details help determine its level of preservation. Because it contains no silver, its value doesn't depend on metal content. Instead, collectors focus on eye appeal, historical interest, and how well its details have survived. This gives the 1990 P nickel a value rooted in numismatic appreciation rather than precious metal. Coins from the late 20th century often go unnoticed, but time changes everything. As more of these coins are lost, damaged, or heavily worn, examples in VF condition become more desirable. Collectors know that today's common coin can become tomorrow's sought-after piece. Many people don't realize that Jefferson nickels have been hoarded for decades by enthusiasts who enjoy building full date and mint collections. The 1990 P fills one of those important spots, and collectors look for the best examples they can find to upgrade their albums. If you examine your coin closely, you'll notice the remaining sharpness in Monticello's steps and Jefferson's profile. These details are key indicators of its grade, helping confirm its status as very fine rather than lower circulated grades. These elements also add to its overall charm. The thickness and durability of the nickel alloy give this coin a long lifespan, yet it still shows wear from circulation over the years. VF condition means it entered the hands of many Americans but survived with dignity and strength, still showing most of its original beauty. The 1990 P nickel also represents an era before the major design changes of the early 2000s. This makes it part of the last generation of the classic Jefferson design, which collectors often prefer over newer versions. Its design reflects a timeless era in U.S. coinage. Because the market for modern coins is growing, especially among younger collectors, coins like the 1990p nickel are gaining attention. They offer affordability, history, and long-term potential without requiring large investments. That makes this coin a great starting point for new collectors. If you are lucky enough to have a 1990p nickel in very fine condition, you're holding a well-preserved piece of American currency that has lasted more than 3 decades. It may not be rare, but it is certainly worth appreciating and protecting. This coin tells a story of everyday American life. It passed through pockets, cash registers, and hands carrying out daily transactions, yet it survived with enough detail to attract collectors today. That journey alone gives it character and value. In closing, the 1990p Jefferson nickel is more than just a 5-cent piece. It's a coin that represents history, design, durability, and the everyday American experience. In very fine condition, it stands out as a collectible that deserves recognition and preservation. Next up, the United States of America 5-cent coin from 1975 without a mint mark, found here in very good condition. This coin, part of the long-running Jefferson nickel series, continues to attract attention because of its age, design, and role in U.S. pocket change history. In this video, we will explore every important detail about this 1975 nickel, including its design features, minting history, metal composition, and why coins from this era remain appealing for both new and experienced collectors around the world. Even in circulated or very good condition, a coin like this carries a story from decades of American life. The 1975 5-cent coin was produced exclusively at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it does not carry a mint mark. During this time period, the Philadelphia Mint did not stamp its coins with a P, making this nickel's smooth surface near the date entirely normal for collectors who understand the history. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The design, originally created by artist Felix Schlag in 1938, has remained an iconic representation of Jefferson on American coinage for generations. Across the top of the obverse appears the phrase, "In God We Trust," honoring the national motto of the United States. To Jefferson's right is the word "Liberty," followed closely by the year of issue, 1975. Even in very good condition, you can still see the clarity of these inscriptions. Turning to the reverse, the central focus is Monticello, the famous home of Thomas Jefferson located in Charlottesville, Virginia. Schlag's attention to architectural detail gives this building a strong and recognizable appearance even after years of circulation. Right under the image of Monticello is its name displayed in capital letters, preserving the layout of the original 1938 design. Below that you'll see the denomination 5 cents, clearly identifying the coin's value, and along the bottom edge is United States of America, completing the design. The coin is made from a copper-nickel composition, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This metal mixture helped the coin resist corrosion and remain durable for decades, which is one reason why this 1975 example still looks solid in very good condition. Although the 1975 nickels are not considered rare in general, finding them in presentable grade without major scratches or damage can still interest collectors who focus on pre-1980 U.S. coins. Many of these older nickels experienced heavy circulation, so a clean example stands out. The surfaces of this particular coin may show light wear, but the major features remain visible and the edges maintain their shape. A very good condition grade is typical for coins that have traveled through many hands yet remain fully identifiable. Collectors often enjoy coins like this because they represent everyday history. A 1975 nickel could have passed through shops, gas stations, diners, or countless American households over nearly 50 years of use, making it a small piece of national life preserved in metal form. And today's collector market, circulated Jefferson nickels like this one hold more sentimental and historical value than monetary value, but they still help build a collection with depth, character, and educational importance. Every old coin you add brings more story to your hobby. One of the interesting points about nickels from the 1970s is the consistency of their design. From 1938 to the early 2000s, the Jefferson nickel remained largely unchanged, giving collectors a long sequence of coins to study and compare. This 1975 piece fits right into that timeline. Another reason collectors appreciate these coins is that they are affordable and accessible. You don't need a large budget to enjoy finding older nickels, especially those in very good condition like this one. It's an ideal coin for beginners entering the hobby. Even though this coin does not carry a mint mark, understanding why is part of its educational value. Learning U.S. minting history helps collectors recognize coins from Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and other mints with ease, adding depth to their knowledge. If you study the fields and details closely, you'll notice the aging and natural wearing patterns that authenticate the coin's long circulation. These marks are part of what makes circulated coins unique because no two coins age in exactly the same way. This 1975 Jefferson nickel may not be a high-value rarity, but it is still a rewarding coin for those who collect by year, by design, or by historical interest. Completing a full run of Jefferson nickels from the 1930s to the 1970s is an enjoyable challenge for many collectors. Coins like this serve as stepping stones to more valuable pieces. When collectors begin with circulated nickels, they learn to grade coins, identify errors, and understand minting variations, all of which help them advance to higher-end numismatic interests over time. The historical era in which this coin circulated adds an extra layer of context. The mid-1970s in the United States saw major cultural and economic changes, and coins from that period serve as everyday reminders of those chapters of history. As you examine this 5-cent coin more closely, you gain a better appreciation for the durability of American coinage and the skill of the artists who designed it. Even in simple pieces like this, craftsmanship and symbolism remain important. For collectors who enjoy documenting their finds, adding the 1975 Jefferson nickel without mint mark in very good condition is another step in building a complete and impressive nickel collection. It's a coin that tells its own story through its worn but preserved details.